Okay, so now we have our base body cut and ready to mount our neck. As we talked about before, the neck we're using on this build is from Solo Music. It is one of their left-handed jazz bass necks that we're actually going to use right-handed as a reverse headstock, and we're going to be changing that headstock up a little bit to our Panick Incorporated design. But anyway, let's get into it on what we do to get this thing ready for a neck. As you can see, we don't have any holes drilled currently for a neck on this guy. So what we're going to do is have a Fender Deluxe style neck plate that I'm going to use as a template. Going to mark on the inside of the pocket so I can see how much space I have around it, and make sure we have enough space for our ferrules, because we're actually going to use these ferrule style neck bolts to mount this on. Just a cleaner look. Get this other one out of here. So anyway, I have a drill bit here that is actually a 13/64 bit that we're going to use to drill the bolt holes through. This is big enough that the screws can go through without biting into it. You always want your bolts, or even if you use screw type bolt-on, you always want these to be able to pass freely through those holes. You don't want them threaded in there. You want them to pass freely through, and then the neck will actually pull pressure and hold this thing down. Here I have I don't have a drill press here in our shop. I know that's hard for a lot of guitar builders to probably believe, but I haven't needed one. I've been able to get by with this little guy. It's like a drill press almost. You can get these things on Amazon for less than $50. They don't take up any space in the shop, and they work perfectly fine for what you would generally use it for, building guitars. You just take your drill, clamp it on, and you have a drill press punch down to give you a straight hole. So we're going to go here, line this up, Now we have our holes drilled. And as I said, our bolt slides in and out. It doesn't get bound up. Works perfect. Now, for our ferrules, I have a 9/16 Forstner bit. That is the correct size to make the pockets for these ferrules, because these ferrules, they're about 2/10 of an inch thick, so you have to make a little bit of a pocket that these guys can sit into. I'm going to go right back to our drill guide, clamp this guy in there. Now for this, I want to set a stop so that it only goes to a certain depth. Can measure that here. And set our stop so that we won't plunge any deeper than what we want to go. Tighten our drill back up. Go to each one. Now, we've got our pockets drilled. So that when we put our screws into the ferrules, tight, tap it in, it's fine, but it goes into the ferrule and it's flush so that it doesn't stick up on the back of the base. Okay, now we're going to go back to our same bit that we drilled our through holes with for the next step. We want to take our neck and get it lined up and in the pocket where we want it. Then I'm going to take a clamp here, get it in there. Take our clamp and just give it a little bit of pressure. Then we're going to sight down the neck. Make sure everything is lined up like we want it. Everything good to go. Then we'll take our drill and through that and just a slight bit. We don't want to drill a whole lot. Just enough to pretty much make a mark there. Clamp over a little bit. Okay, you can take that off, set this to the side. Now we have our holes marked where they're going to go. Something I do here at Panick Inc Custom Shop that is very different than a lot of places do is I actually use a brass threaded insert to attach the necks. With that, I use a stainless steel machine screw with a hex head that gives a lot better control. You can get it good and tight. You can get this tighter than you ever will with a standard screw that usually comes with a bolt-on neck or neck plate. Works like this. We have our drill bit. This is a 9/32 drill bit. As you can see, I've got a tape mark for the depth that I want this to go. We're going to take this, slowly drill it to our depth on each one of these. Now, take our palm sander, hit it real quick just to clean it up a little bit. Then we take a 5mm Allen wrench, which fits into the hole on this thing. Take some CA glue, and I want to take just a moment to give one of my recommendations of something I use anytime I need a CA glue or super glue type glue. Bob Smith Industries. This is their Maxi Cure, the extra thick. They have glues in several different viscosities, from super thin They have a normal thin. They have a foam safe super gold glue. They have different epoxy resins, from a quick cure to a slow cure, a medium cure. They have a tire glue, which is a black super glue. This works really well if you ever break a black nut on your guitar and you need to do a quick repair on one. Some of this tire glue mixed with a little bit of baking soda, you can make a quick repair to hold you over until you can replace the nut. They have their Insta Set that instantly sprays this on and instantly sets their super glues. And we'll get more into Bob Smith Industries on later videos as they progress, to show you some of the different ways you can use that in guitar building and repair. But for now, going to take our CA glue, put a little bead of it in our hole here. And thread that insert into the bass neck so that it is flush. Then move on to the next one. Now we'll give that a quick spritz with the Insta-Cure, and it's done. I usually like to go back again with the sander. Hit it just to make sure everything is perfectly flush. Then we'll take our body. Drop in our ferrules. Drop in our screws. This takes a 2.5 millimeter bit. And take our body, line up our bolt holes. You don't want to use, I'm using the impact to just snug these up. You don't want to use it to tighten these down. No duggas on this. Use your wrench once you get them up. Tighten these guys down. And there we have it. Our neck is now mounted to the body of our showcase base. And even better, since I still have stuff I'm going to have to do to this neck, going to put in the luminescent side dots. Still have to recut the headstock. With these, I can unbolt this and bolt it back on, and unbolt it and bolt it back on as many times as I need to, and it's not going to strip out the holes on the neck. They're going to be there because they're brass inserts. So like I said, you can't get screws as tight as you can get this neck joint with a standard screw. With a standard pointed screw like that comes with the neck plate normally, you cannot get that as tight as you can get this, because this will strip. This will strip out of the wood before you ever get anywhere close as tight as you can get with this. So that's how we do that. Thanks for checking us out. Be sure to like the page and like the video, subscribe to our channel. Go look us up on social media. We're Panick Inc on Facebook, Instagram. We're on Threads, even though I haven't really gotten into Threads. And we're not doing the T word anymore. Not messing with that cesspool. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. What we've got coming up is we're going to mount our bridge. We're going to do the extra work on the neck. We still got to put tuners on this thing. We've got pickups coming next week from Peg City. So we'll be putting this thing back on the CNC to route pickup pockets. It's got to go back on the CNC to route a control cavity. Still a good bit to do on this guy, but this is going to be a phenomenal instrument once everything is said and done. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.